Next we talk about the organized sector and unorganized sector. Okay, so on the basis of the employment condition, we divide into a two sector, organized and unorganized. Organized and unorganized. In examination also asked, distinguish, either compare the condition of employment in organized and unorganized sector based on organized and unorganized. Okay, organized and unorganized. So first thing is registered. Either you can say that the authorized, either recognized. Okay, so in organized sector, employers are recognized, either authorized, either registered by the government. Who registered the employer? By the government. In organized sector, employers are recognized, either authorized by the government. But in unorganized sector, they are not recognized, either authorized by the government. Okay, so by the government. But they are not registered, either authorized, not recognized by the government. Okay, so second thing, rules and regulation. Rules and regulation. Rules and regulation. So in organized sector, employers are strictly followed the rules and regulation. In organized sector, employers are strictly followed the rules and regulation. But in unorganized sector, there is no such strict rule and regulation. Either employer not obey the rules and regulation strictly. Okay, obey the strictly by the people those are employed in organized sector. Understood? Strictly followed. Not. Okay, and third point is regular. They got the regular job and they got the temporary job. They got the regular job and they got the temporary job. So they have, fourth point is security. So they enjoy the job security. Enjoy job security. They have no job security. Job security. So in organized sector, employers have no job security, but in organized sector, employers have the job security. They enjoy the job security. Okay. Fifth, wages. In organized sector, employers are got the minimum wages. Got the minimum wages. Minimum wages, that means set up by the government. And they got the monthly wages. But in unorganized sector, they got the low wages and they got the daily wages. Clear? And sixth, working hour. Working hour is fixed. Okay, working hour fixed by the government, and working hour is fixed, but in unorganized sector working hour is not fixed. They do the overtime work. Okay, and next is extra benefit. Extra benefit. So in organized sector they got the provident fund, medical leave, either sick leave, maternity leave, okay, etc. But in unorganized sector employer does not get the such benefits. There is no such benefits. And next is working atmosphere. It is working atmosphere. In organized sector working atmosphere is good and healthy, but in unorganized sector working atmosphere is not good and healthy. So I repeat once again, on the basis of the employment condition, the working condition, we classified into two sector. First is organized and second is unorganized sector. So now we compare between the organized sector and unorganized sector. First of all, those are the work in the organized sector, they are registered by the government, and those are work in the unorganized sector, they are not registered by the government. In organized sector, employer must follow the rules and regulation and must strictly follow the rules and regulation, but in unorganized sector rules and regulation are not strictly followed. Okay, they got the regular job and they got the temporary job, that's why they enjoy the job security, but in unorganized sector they have no job security. And they got the minimum wages that set up by the government, and they got the monthly wages. And in unorganized sector employers are got the low wages and they got the mainly daily wages. Okay, working hour in organized sector is fixed, but in unorganized sector working hour is not fixed, that means they are exploited here. Okay, and also in organized sector people get the extra benefit like provident fund, sick leave, okay, holiday paid, okay, and maternity leave, etc. But there is no such facility in unorganized sector. And working condition, if we see the working condition in organized sector is good and healthy, okay, but in unorganized sector working condition is not good and healthy. So next, if we see the points, the characteristics, the features of the unorganized sector, so employers are exploited in unorganized sector. Okay, so organized sector, that's mean government school, government hospital, office, but in unorganized sector that means a private, either agriculture activity. So they are exploited at the private factory, also workers are exploited, laborers exploited. So how we protect the employers in unorganized sector? How we protect? So just think what happened with the employers of the unorganized sector. Okay, so if we provide such facilities that provide to the organized sector, so we can solve the problem. Okay, they are not registered, yes, but if we register, so what will happen? We can protect us. Okay, if we make the rules and regulation, and we must strictly implement the rules and regulation in unorganized sector, then we can protect the employers in unorganized sector. And regular, also if we provide the regular job to the employer, those are work in the unorganized sector, also in this way we can protect the workers, either employer in unorganized sector. So whatever the facilities are given in organized sector, if some facilities are given to the unorganized sector, so then we can support, either we can protect the workers those are exploited in the unorganized sector. Okay, so next we talk about the private sector and public sector. private sector and public sector. So on the basis of the ownership, we classified the economic activity into two sectors, private and public. Okay, private and public. So the public means government. So control and manage are the set up by the government. First thing, in private, control, set up, either set up, control and managed by the set up, control, managed, either run by the individual. But here set up, control, either managed, either run by the government. Okay, clear? And second things, in private sector, what is the main aim of the private sector? Either main motive. Okay, earn maximum profit. But what is the main motive of the public sector? Do the public welfare. Understood? Maximum profit and public welfare. And third, okay, they provide the consumer goods mainly. And they provide the basic facilities, either services like education, administration, healthcare, okay, communication, banking, transport, electricity, water. Such basic facilities are provided by the public sector. Okay, and fourth, if we purchase the goods from the private sector, either taken the service from the private sector, we pay to the individual. For such goods and facilities, pay to the individual. But government raise taxes. That means they raise money through the taxes. Okay, and fifth is example. I think Tisco, Tata Iron and Steel Company. Okay, and in public, so many. Take railway, Indian Railways, Bhilai Steel Plant, etc. SCL, okay, Bharat Heavy Electrical Limited. So many examples are there the public sector. So private and public, on the basis of the ownership, we classified into two categories, public and private. Public set up, control and managed by the government, but private set up, control and managed by the individual. And second thing is, their main motive is public welfare, either social welfare, but in private their main motive is earning the maximum profit. They provide mainly basic services like water, okay, electricity, banking, education, healthcare, transport, etc. But they provide the consumer goods to the people. Okay, they raise money through the taxes, they collect money through the taxes, and then we pay to the individual. Okay, so Indian Railways, either SCL, either Bhilai Steel Plant, and so many companies and industries are comes under the private sector, and Tisco like, okay, Jio comes under the private sector. Okay, so neat. But in our society, some facilities are we all require, like electricity, transport, banking, okay, water, such facilities are required by the all people of our society. Okay, but why private sector does not provide as a low cost, but government provide as a reasonable cost? Because it is beyond the capacity of the private sector. That means we need to invest the large amount of money to provide such services, either develop the such services that beyond the capacity of the public sector. And collection of the money from the individual people, it is very difficult for the private sector, but government easily collect the money through the taxes from the large number of people. Even if the private sector provide the services, they charges very high, but government charges very low. Okay, at the reasonable cost. Okay, understood all of you? But next we discuss about the disguised unemployment. So all of you ask me, what is disguised unemployment? So think, people are appear they are doing the work. We have seen these people are working in the field in front of you, but some people are unemployed. How is it possible? Okay, they appear they are working in the field, but some people are engaged. Okay, they are unemployed, refer as a unemployment, disguised unemployment. How? So I give you example. Okay, giving you a example. So in your agriculture field, 10 people are working, but you require 6 people to complete the work. So think, in a agriculture field, how many people engaged? 10 people, but you require only 6 people to complete the task, to complete the work. So think, how many people are extra? How many people are extra? 10 minus 6 equal to 4. So 4 people are extra. So these 4 people are counted as a disguised unemployment. Dekho, these 4 people are working, also working in the field, they are appearing. You have seen these people are working. But if you remove the 4 person, so our production does not affect it. When they are working in the field, so 10 people does not work according to their potential, because this work only for the 6 people. 4 people are engaged extra. 4 people are engaged. So they didn't give their full potential. Okay, if we remove the 4 person, so our production does not affect it, and these 4 person does not contribute in GDP also. So these extra people are referred as a disguised unemployed. Okay, so mainly in agriculture field we found such unemployment as the disguised employment. Mainly family member are engaged in a same plot of land, okay, more than its requirement. So in rural area, in agricultural field, we found the disguised unemployment mainly, and also in some factories also we found the disguised unemployment. Okay, and unemployment at the open unemployment, you know, the people are willing to get the job, but they are unable to finding the job at ongoing wages. They are able to do the work, they are agree to do the work at ongoing wages, but they are unable to find the job. So such condition is called the unemployment. Okay, it's a open unemployment. It's a condition unable to finding the job at ongoing wages. So dear student, all of you do the hard work,